Hey, my name is Adam from Encounter Wargaming. Today I'm going to do an unboxing of the new Redemptor Dreadnought. Very cool, the new Primaris Space Marine Dreadnought, and I'm very excited to open it up for you and show you all of the pieces and possibly review the rules as well. Here it is. Let's pull out our trusty hobby knife and rip into this plastic. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? Alright, let's take a look at this box real quick. So there it is, kitted out with the plasma cannon, and let's turn it over. We can see how cool this model is. Look at it with the sarcophagus. This actually opens up, so I'll give you a little secret. I got two of these, and I'm building them, so and I got one built already, so I'll show you guys that in the end. Just a little bonus as well. And this one has the Onslaught Heavy Gatling Cannon. Very, very cool. A couple recommended paints to get if you want to paint them up in Ultramarines. And I think it's time to open this box, shall we? So, ooh, smell that fresh plastic smell. There's all the bits. So let's get organized and take a look at the box. Alright, so here's the base. This is a big base. I mean, this is probably what, a 60, 70 mil base. So there you go. And then we have a new decal sheet that we haven't seen before. So let's take a look at the decals we get on this. And so this is the Ultramarines vehicle transfer sheet. So these are very large. Here's my thumb for scale. They're very large decal sheets. These look great on Space Marine vehicles, except for my Luna Wolves, because my Space Marine vehicles are painted black. And then a whole bunch of big Roman numeral numbers, and some yellow company numbers, campaign badges, all that kind of stuff. So there you go. Very cool. Get out of the plastic. Alright, contained in this kit are 3 unique sprues, and so they're kind of it's tough to tell what everything is just laid out like this as a vehicle. So let's just zoom in on a couple of the really cool portions. I'll show you a little bit from each sprue, and we'll have some fun with it. So let's get focused up here. Bring one in nice and close. All right. So there you go. There's the exhaust ports, just like knee and arm articulation pieces here. Very, very detailed. It's a cool, really cool foot piece there. Let's turn it over, take a look at that foot. Love the big armor plates. These are the shoulder armor plates. Nice, clean, big armor plates. It's awesome. Cool. Let's see the sprue with the guns, shall we? Everybody loves some guns. So there's that big, dirty plasma cannon. Comes in 2 halves, right? So 1 half, 2 half. And same 2 halves for the Onslaught Gatling cannon thingy. Very cool bits. It's like to launch the guns, and then the Icarus launcher on top. Heavy flamer, little bit there. This is a cool piece. They give you 2 options for these like sarcophagus armor plates. So the one with just the skull eagle, and this guy here with the 2-headed Imperial Eagle and the Crux Terminatus right there. Neat. All right, last one. This is your chest armor plates here and here. They come in sections of 2. So I left mine off so I can paint them separately and get some black details on my armor. And just like your body pieces, like this is where it joins the waist and stuff, some tubings, and here you go, very neat. So without further ado, let me show you my built one. Alright, here he is built up, but still a little bit bare bones just for my painting process. Yeah, so very cool. I did some definite modifications so I could make this leg pose work like this, and it is a little bit tricky. So you do have to cut off a little bit of the nubs, and you're a little bit unsure as you're putting it together, like how extreme is too extreme. But I just thought, I don't know, these dudes move pretty far. They move 8, right? So he's got to be able to get a leaping pose in there. So Icarus launcher on top is really cool. Let me just show you guys how this opens up to protect the sarcophagus. Very neat. So you can get right in there to paint all those details, so I had no problem just putting it together fully like that. And this piece under here, the Gatling cannon, the heavy Gatling cannon, I just magnetized it, and so I can switch between the heavy flamer because I wasn't sure which one I wanted yet, and so that just sticks on there. And I put, just for a tip for magnetizing it, I put all of the bits that connect into that other piece on there, on both of them, just for easy switch. And it actually kind of gives it one more point to hold on to, so it just like slips in, helps you line up the magnet, slips in there and gives it a little bit extra hold. This arm piece articulates. These articulate too, up and down, but I glued mine in because they're way too floppy. So yeah, that's just how it goes. This one as well, I played around with magnetizing it because you get no articulation. Let's do this. You get no articulation this way with the gun. And so I was going to magnetize it just so I could articulate it a little bit off, just because I needed it just to come out a little bit for my running pose here. Otherwise it'd be too straight for this pose. And so what I ended up having to do was, you can actually, without magnetizing this arm, you can switch it back and forth, which is really cool. Just a great feature for GW kits. And it's just this big square nub, and you can just pull them in and out. Because I tried the magnetizing and I cut off the nubs on each one, stuck a magnet on, and realized that the magnet was like, yeah, the piece was too heavy for the magnet to really, like, it would just flop and fall down. So I decided, I just glued it straight on. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take 12 shots, and if I want a plasma one, I'll just save it for my next Dreadnought, because I got 2. So there you go. But I do have it here just so you can see it like fully built up and stuff. It's pretty good, big, robust. These armor plates here are the chest armor plates. How do they go on? They go on like this, maybe? Yeah, I think it's like that, and like that. And so I left these pieces on so I could paint them black. Or I left them off, sorry. So there you go. So when you put all the armor plates on, it looks pretty beefy. These are some leg plates too that I might paint black as well. And then you can alternate between the 2 chest pieces. So you could like pull this one out and put this one on if you felt so inclined to paint them both. So really flexible kit, really fun kit, and it just looks really awesome. So guys, have fun with that. Let's check out the rules. And here's the little booklet you get with all the easy to follow along, instructions here. And they do make it really clear with the colors and like where to glue, where not to glue, because there's a lot of articulating pieces on this that move. So there's a lot of spots to not glue, and so be very careful how you apply your glue when you do this one, okay? Or else joints that you want it to move might not be able to move anymore. Especially if you have like a really thin super glue that wicks through cracks really easily. You just have to be super, super careful. So I like to use a thicker super glue, and I like to use it on everything. And like, I'd never use plastic glue because it actually bonds the plastic together. So I always use super glue that way, and I use very sparingly. That way I can always crack pieces off. I'm not too concerned about my model falling apart because I can always put it back together. And so yeah, just put like tiny drops, and that way too is like, as I'm building, I can always break pieces apart if I find I make mistakes. So there you go. That's just a little Battle Brothers Studios and Counter Wargaming tip for you right there. And then we got some rules. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at these. All right, so the stats are in the Codex. It's pretty cool. More wounds than a Contemptor Dreadnought, which I really like. 4 attacks, which the Dreadnoughts had a little bit more than that, but you know, they punch hard. So that's good. Same strength as a Contemptor, but the chart here, they don't hit on 2s. I was really hoping they would hit on 2s, but I guess that's just not the direction they want to go. So a descending chart of movement, blitz skill, weapon skill. So I guess they found that 9 was a little bit far for the Contemptor, so they put this guy down to 8, and they made him hit on 3s normally in both shooting and combat. So yeah, they get a frag storm grenade launcher as well on the front, or they can do storm bolters. So I kind of debated which one's better. D6 shots at 18, or 8 shots at 12 inches and 4. Sorry. Yeah, it'd be 2 storm bolters, right? Just pod and yeah, it'd be 2 storm bolters. So either 2d6. 2d6 shots of the frag storm grenade launchers, or 8 shots at 12 inches and 4 shots at 24 inches. And I think on my first one I just put the frag storm grenade launchers for funsies, because whatever, you could easily magnetize those. I was just like, you know what, I'm just committing. I'm just gonna commit. Why not? They're cheap, so it doesn't matter much. Heavy Flamer, we know what that does. The Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon. This is pretty cool. It's like a 12-shot heavy bolter, except the range is 30 inches instead of 36. The rocket pod on top is better at shooting flyers, so you get +1 to hit against flyers, but you're -1 to hit against things on the ground. So it's kind of like, you know, how Skyfire used to be. D3 shot, strength 7, AP -1. And then the Microplasma Incinerator, so you can overcharge it. Base, it's strength 8 -4 with 1 damage. But when you supercharge it, it is strength 9 -4 with 2 damage. So it's interesting. And it is heavy D6 shots. So really, really good gun there. I'm definitely gonna want to equip it one way or the other. And just to have some fun with that, because it's a really good gun. And then the little Onslaught Gatling, that's the one attached to his fist, is just straight up 6 shots, strength 5 -1. I actually kind of wish they put these little Gatling cannons onto the aggressors, because that would have been awesome. But lo and behold, that's not the case. The fist does D6 damage -3, just like any other Dreadnought fist or power fist. Strength ×2, so he's hitting at strength 14. The D6 damage does get scary when you start laying it on hard. And so there you go. So your options here are replacing the heavy, so it comes base with the Heavy Flamer and replacing that with the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. Comes base with the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon as the big gun, and you can replace that with the big Plasma Incinerator. There's no way to take 2 guns, and there's no way to take 2 fists on this guy. No special rules other than explodes. So there you go. There he is. I'm pretty excited. They're power level 10, and so when you add up all the points, they're not too much more than a Contemptor Dreadnought. So very excited to try them out at not very many points. So I don't really need to break out the rulebook on the points on this, because you guys know how much Contemptors cost. These guys are not much more, like 30, 40 points more. But they have a lot more guns and stuff. So really excited to see how these guys play out on the battlefield. Okay, that's why I got dose of them. Alright, let's wrap this up. So that was yet another unboxing and rules review for the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. I hope you guys liked that video, and if you do, would you mind just clicking subscribe right there? And if you really like our video, just go down to the video description below and become a patron of ours today. So the way this works is you go to our Patreon page, and for as little as $1 a video, you guys can support what we do here at the channel. Totally voluntary. You do not have to, but we do give perks for our Patreon members. So we do campaigns, and we do special videos within the campaigns just for our Patreon only members, and we also give freebies. So if you do the $2 per video level, every year we give you out some free swag, which is very exciting. So guys, if you like our stuff, remember to hit subscribe and share it with your friends and all that stuff, and we just really appreciate everybody who does support, and so thank you very much for coming by. So that's it for today. We love you, and we'll see you at our next encounter.
Like a monkey in a rocket on its way back home. Okay.